Let's check what's going on in Chicago. I've been keeping up a little bit, not as much as I should, but as much as I could. Chicago asking Trump to send troops over there to help them with their crime, which I feel like is a good idea. I didn't even know DC had as much crime as it did. I'm a little naive to other states to a certain extent. Because, I mean, obviously, I watch the news like everybody else. So if it's not on my news, I really don't know too much about it. I got enough crime in the city where I'm from to focus on everybody else. But I am kind of curious now to see how this works and everything plays out because I heard DC doing a lot
54 people
better.
have been murdered in
Let's see.
233
What's
days.
Chicago talking about?
Trump comes to Chicago and
Trump's going there to incite violence. What do you say tonight?
I hope President Trump comes to Chicago and can do in Chicago what he's done in Washington. No murders in Washington in 12 days. In Chicago, 254 people have been murdered in 233 days. You can honestly wake up in the morning and say, somebody's going to get murdered today. And you can also say 80% of the people murdered will be black because 80% of the murder victims in Chicago are black. And if this was happening in the neighborhood Pritzker and these white limousine rich liberals live in, he would not only beg Trump to bring the National Guard, he'd scream and shout for the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. This is hypocrisy with a touch of racism, and it proves that the Democratic Party today, Black Lives Matter only for their votes, not when it comes to keeping them safe in their disadvantaged neighborhoods.
Now, Danielle, Chicagoans have been dealing with crime for decades, but your governor thinks it's kind of a big joke. Watch this.
Here I am on the path on the lakefront at 6 a.m. on a Monday. And we got a lot of people running, having a great time. Doesn't feel like a hellhole here. In fact, everybody's having a great time and enjoying themselves. So I don't know who in Washington thinks that Chicago is some sort of hellhole, but you may need to look inward.
Yeah, Danielle, he's trying to do.
He said, I don't know who in Washington said Chicago is a hellhole. Fuck Washington. Go on Instagram. Go on TikTok. Go to Chicago and be in the hood, not in the motherfucking suburbs, not by the river, because I'm from Detroit. Detroit is a crime-filled city since before I was born. It's some nice-ass areas in Detroit, like where you will go, like certain parks, certain areas, especially with all the new construction going on now. You would think it was a beautiful city to live in. Go to the hood. Look at all the trash outside. Look at our murder rates. I mean, just Chicago obviously has a high murder rate, high crime. How the fuck can you say it's not dangerous and everybody's dying? That I just don't understand politicians sometimes, bro. I get it, but I don't. He don't want to look like he's doing a bad job. But come on. Just accept that you fucked up or you not the man for the job. That's the thing about politicians, because it's a race and it's a competition. So if you're not good at your job, you can get fired. You will be replaced, and nobody wants to be replaced, so they're going to give you smoke and mirrors, and they're just going to lie. Shit, bro, the average citizens know better. Everybody knows about Chicago. But, I mean, Chicago been fucked up just like Detroit, like, for the longest. We all know about it. I just don't get what's the point of lying. What the fuck are you going to get out of line?
Doing like the Trump troll. But we had 27 people injured over the weekend in violent events. People I talked to who've lived in Chicago for decades are afraid. They're still afraid. But we're supposed to believe it's all getting a lot better. Your reaction?
We are not thinking about Pritzker or Brandon Johnson. We just had 4 mass shootings in the span of 1 month. 14 people got shot and 4 dead. We just had senior citizens laying shot, bleeding in the streets. And let's not forget the gentleman who we saw, who was on Facebook Live, get robbed and shot while he was sitting in his car. So we don't care about anything these people are saying. Tell Brandon Johnson and Pritzker, if Chicago is so safe, with Brandon Johnson especially, let's leave his 150 police detail. Fire them and walk around with no police detail. And Pritzker, no security. Come in my community, the south side of Chicago. Come over there and let's see you say how safe it is. You can't even sit in your car long. If you sit in your car, you know that it's a chance you're going to get carjacked, robbed, or shot. So tell him to come around in my neck of the woods and talk that.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it any better. I basically just said that, but still, I couldn't have said it any better. Leave all your security at home. Don't bring a gun. Just walk around the south side of Chicago. Let's see how the fuck this pans out. These motherfuckers will tell you it's safe to go places they wouldn't even go. Like, the lies is just incredible. And I used to think it was naiveness, but it's not naiveness, bro. You know what's going on. You're just a liar.
I was driving through the
I don't
south
even trust the
side
way he
about
look.
3 weeks ago or so. There to see a couple of people in the area. So I decided to drive around with a couple friends, and it was pretty gnarly, I gotta say. I mean, I love Chicago. It's an amazing place. I've spent a lot of time near the University of Chicago over the years. But the idea that this is like some nirvana of safety now is ludicrous. I mean, you can feel it. And you can feel the tension in the people there. It doesn't mean, it's terrible all the time, 24/7, no. But they want to sell this idea that if they just had more federal money, that things would be better. That's what they demanded today. Johnson and Pritzker want $800 million, I believe that's what they said, restored to Illinois and Chicago.
Well, Chicago's a tale of two cities because the south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago are very different places from the Streeterville neighborhood, the Gold Coast neighborhood where Pritzker lives. In fact, life expectancy in the neighborhood Pritzker lives in is 91 years. But in Englewood, just a 20-minute drive away, the life expectancy on the south side in Englewood is 61 years. Police officers are outnumbered by nearly 10 to 1, gangbangers to police officers. 12,000 police officers, more than 100,000 gangbangers. And those communities that are underserved with police presence are the ones who are facing these high crime rates. And here again, this isn't a black and white issue. It's really a moral issue. And when I was a governor back in 2008, I actually talked about sending the National Guard to help Mayor Daley and sending state resources to help Mayor Daley fight crime in those high crime neighborhoods. The great irony is, and this is sort of what Malcolm X says about white liberals, they pretend to be your friend. They're the fox who sees the lamb, but it's the fox who eats the lamb. And in Pritzker's case, I think that lamb chop that Malcolm X is talking about will probably not last very long in JB's plate.
Danielle, do you think the average working person in Chicago would applaud this effort if indeed, again, we don't know what's going to happen. It may or may not happen. But would they applaud this effort or join the ranks of people opposing Donald Trump and the quote, dictatorial conduct?
We welcome President Trump, and there's a lot of people. We get emails and texts all day. They welcome President Trump. And let me just say this. Anybody that's opposed of a president coming in to help our communities to be safer, help our communities from homicides, from robberies, carjacking, and especially an elected official who have a problem with that, those elected officials should be thrown in prison for treason. That's just it. And you know what? Do not send these crooks no money. That's one thing we are asking.
I kind of agree with that. You know the thing about America that makes it so dangerous? We have so much free will here, and I'm not all for damn near being slaves again, obviously. But we might need a little bit more of a dictatorship here. A lot of people can't do good when they're not being told what to do. A lot of times, everybody's not a leader, so somebody has to follow some type of law and order. Don't get me wrong, we technically have law and order, but it's not. It's just too much going around, too many moving pieces. Everybody can just kind of do what they want. And that's what I feel like is killing us as a society. We kind of do need a little bit more of a dictatorship. We need to start telling people what the fuck to do. I'm going to be honest. Human beings who get free will usually don't do that good with it. We need to start telling motherfuckers what to do. I'm going to just be completely honest. That's really how I personally feel about it. And the thing with the crime rate is, money does help that. I'm going to be honest. The pandemic showed us all that, right? Because the one thing I can say, the safest time to ever be in Detroit since I've been on this earth, which is almost 29 years, was during the pandemic. You can have all your jewelry on. You can walk around with $100,000 in your hand. And somebody will tell you, man, that ain't shit. I got $300,000. I don't want that shit. They don't even want to rob you because they getting so much money. So money does help. I would never knock that money helps. But the thing is, you would need a egregious amount of money, for one. For two, Another thing money does bring when it comes to the hood and inner city, I have more money to beef now too. That's the only thing. I got more money for more guns. I have more money to put on the ops head. Like, money can bring more problems to the people who already have problems. It's just safe for the law abiding citizens. If you're not out here on BS before you get the money, when the money come in, you got a good chance of not still getting into bullshit. It's just how it goes. So I'm all for giving some money out, but there's nothing wrong with sending in help. I'm gonna be honest, that kind of helped Detroit a little bit. We still got a high crime rate, but it's not as bad as it used to be when I was younger. They started giving the cops way more incentives to become cops. Everybody, I know so many motherfucking cops. They giving out that bag. DPD giving out that bag right now. That's what Chicago need to do. They need to start incentivizing people to become cops. And they might need the National Guard. Like I said, I haven't kept up with DC as much as I should, but I heard a lot of good things about it. I'm not with all the martial law and everything, but to a certain extent, these teenagers need to start getting locked down more. They need more curfews. Even outside of curfews, they need to start making it mandatory that your kid do something after school. I hate people who just let their kids just go home and just do nothing all day. That's idle mind usually leads to bullshit. I believe your kids should always be flood their ass with activities. Let the days go past for them. Just put their ass in every activity you can. They should be on the chess team, tennis team, track and field, football, basketball, lead here, go there, do gymnastics. I know it costs money, but that's the type of stuff we need in our inner cities if we're going to put money. Start saving these teenagers. The adults, gone. They're man, not trying to be funny. After you get a certain age, bro, you not changing. You just got to get them some time. You got to wait, just get them prison time. Let them go to jail. Let them dumb out. I mean, not dumb out. Let them crash out and just let them die off. I'm going to be honest, it's messed up. We need to save the kids and these teenagers. And the best way to save them is to give them something to do. These kids don't have shit to do. They sit online all day and argue and twerk and talk shit. They're not athletic. They're not, most of them not that damn smart no more. It's just bad. They need to have mandatory after school activities. They need to start giving out teen jobs more. I remember when I was a teenager, I couldn't get a job for shit. But at the same time, the economy was down. Detroit was in poverty. I tried to get a job as a teenager. I had to go to Texas to get a job. If I would have had a job as a teenager in Detroit, I was always just hustling. I was never on that too much BS, but it would have kept me out of some BS for sure if I was at work. And I know it would have kept a lot of my friends out of it. Because the thing is, a teenager is, right? Say your parents broke. Say your grandparents broke, mama broke, whatever. You living in a house of poverty. There's only so many ways you can make money as a teenager legally. I mean, back when I was a teenager. It's a little bit better now. You can do YouTube. You got TikTok. You got, other ways, which is amazing. But everybody can't do that. I remember when I was in the hood, they used to give us summer jobs. I never got one. I missed the deadline, whatever. I didn't get one. All my friends got one, and the checks was petty. It was like $200, $250. But hey, to some of them niggas in the hood, bro, that was gold. They couldn't wait to go to work and get that money, bro. It gave them something to do. It gave them some purpose for real. I mean, imagine being 15, bro. You come home, it's no food, power getting shut out. Y'all might be getting evicted. You tired of wearing the same shoes to school, so you just stop going or whatever. Yeah, you gonna break into a house. Yeah, you gonna start robbing niggas. You gonna start selling drugs, whatever you can just to eat. Or just to not be a bum. Even if you got food, I mean, niggas be getting bridge cards and shit, but it's like, man, I'm glad I'm eating, but I'm still a bum. Like, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, in Detroit, being a bum is like, man, that's like a sin. You can't just be broke here. I don't care how old you are. If niggas be talking about 2-year-olds, man, that nigga baby a bum. This nigga too. That it's so much criticism here, and it's so much competition, like in the city I'm from. And the one thing about blacker neighborhoods, we're real materialistic to our demise. That's one of our biggest contributing factors. But we're very materialistic. So if you ain't got it, you get talked about. If you ain't got the new that, the best this, best that, you getting talked about. And that drive you crazy. That's how a lot of beefs get started. That's how a lot of fights get started. And that's how a lot of crime gets started. So I'm all for them bringing in more money. And I'm all for them bringing in more law enforcement. But I feel like we need to start focusing more on these teenagers. The more money that we can bring in more jobs for the parents as well. Because like I said, poverty brings problems. Remember that. Poverty brings problems at all age groups. But I just feel like once you get to a certain age, man, it's kind of like, it's hard to save an adult. It's hard to teach an old dog nutrition. Yeah, you can get them a good job, and that'll help for sure. I know a lot of people who got good jobs and just left all the BS alone. But still, man, these teenagers, the wild ones now. They the ones robbing and killing, bro. It ain't too many 30-year-old men running around robbing niggas. That's some 19-year-old activities. Them 22-year-old activities. And a 20-year-old, 2-year-old started when he was 18. These are child activities, bro. We grown with kids and all that. They not out here doing stupid shit all day. We got bills now. As a teenager, you got time to run around and shoot and talk about a switch and beef on Instagram. I don't even get time to go on to social media that much until I started content creating. Now I be on it frequently. But that's kid shit. Y'all got to start saving these kids. Kids need to start playing sports again. They need to start making strength and conditioning mandatory in schools. Like, and I said, after school activities should be a mandatory. The same way they make you go to school, y'all need to start making them go somewhere else after school. Start putting in the after school programs. Get a big ass bus, like obviously school buses. Pick all the ass up after school, take them right to the activity center. It ain't no time to beef. Y'all doing something all day. Yeah, y'all, man, tire these kids out. That's what I do with my son. My son 2 years old, right? And when I want my son to sleep through the night, I tire his ass out. I take him to the park. I take him to the playground. I do this, I do that. I play with in the house. I give his ass every time. We go have a ball in this motherfucking house. He'll be sleep by 8. And he gonna be tired. And I stuff his little fat ass. Play with him all day and stuff him, and he sleep. That's what y'all got to start doing to these teenagers, bro. Y'all got to start treating them like they're fucking kids because technically they are. A lot of these teenagers are children in the head. Y'all got to start treating them accordingly. Tire their ass out and stuff they little fat ass and they go be sleep. They ain't got time to kill. They busy all day. Start doing stuff like that. I don't see why this haven't been implemented yet. They should have been started some programs. They make everything that's beneficial optional. And that's why I said we need a little dictatorship. All these options and shit. Who the fuck about to choose the option of going to work out and learning something when they can go beef? I'm trying to go viral on TikTok. If I talk crazy to the ops, I'm going viral. Why the fuck would I be doing after school activities? No, you have to make it mandatory. You need this to graduate now. If you don't put in so many hours in this activity center after school, you won't graduate. Or your little ass getting fined. You going to jail. The same shit they do when they want you to attend school. That's damn near like daycare for teenagers. Because teenagers, that's what they need. They need a daycare for fucking teenagers. That's what they need to start doing. But, hey, I'm not a politician. I'm not in charge of anybody. If I was, I feel like I'd do a better job than most of these motherfuckers because I'm actually from that environment. But, hey, I'm just some guy on YouTube. Just remember that. I want everybody to remember that. I'm just a guy on YouTube, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Feel free to reach out with any ideas, any comments, any likes. I appreciate all feedback always. I appreciate everybody. I'm out.